In today's episode, Hannah asks, what do you recommend for the best social media listening tools? The answer to this question is dependent on the use case and what your needs are. Different tools do different things, and there are a lot of options out there. I will say this up front, there is no one tool that I have found that does it all. That isn't like $1 billion, right? If you're Google and you can write your own stuff, of course, obviously, that's a totally different game. But for the rest of us, you kind of need a suite of tools put together in order to get a comprehensive picture. So what are the tools? If you want to monitor your own channels, the tool I recommend there is AgoraPulse. Mike Alton, somebody pitch in from the company. Tell me how this company's name is pronounced. I love it because it is a consolidated social media inbox. You have all of your replies, all of your ats, all your DMs, all in one place, and you can manage them and sort them and mark them as read and assign them. AgoraPulse has great multi-user capabilities as well, so if you have a team and you want to delegate and assign stuff, terrific program for that. It's also good for scheduling. If you want to be able to schedule social media posts, definitely a great tool to use. They have a CSV upload, which I think is really important, to be able to upload batch updates as your content framework. Only thing I don't like about it is it's limited to 100 posts, which is silly in this day and age. Full disclosure, AgoraPulse is a affiliate of my company, of Trust Insights, and so if you buy anything through the link in the show notes, which I hope you do, we receive a non-zero commission from them. For monitoring competitors on 4 networks, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, the tool to use there is CrowdTangle, if you can get access to it. You have to be a journalist, a researcher, or some kind of accredited institution in order to be able to get access to it. But it's by Facebook. It is fantastic for extracting 100% of a channel's known posts. Not the replies, not the conversations to it, but what the channel itself posts. So if you want to know what a competitor is posting on those 4 channels, CrowdTangle is the tool to do it, because you can just dump the data right out of there. They also have lists of like popular influencers, but it's a really terrific tool. If you can get in, it is free of cost. For most traditional media and most social media, I recommend Talkwalker. Talkwalker is media monitoring. It does a really good job, actually a fantastic job with traditional news. It also does a terrific job with Twitter, some Facebook. I have found its Instagram coverage to be a little on the light side. Even with defined hashtags, I've found its coverage to not be as good. But if you had to pick just one tool out of this suite for external monitoring, I would say that's a good one to look at. They have a good interface, and they have some decent machine learning under the hood to help try and sort things. So a good one there. If you are doing a ton of work on Instagram, I recommend a tool called Brand24. Brand24 is a Polish company, and they have fantastic Instagram coverage. They can dig into Instagram. I don't know what they do or how they do it. Hopefully they're doing it in accordance with the terms of service, but they've got really, really good Instagram data. Now, here's the catch. If you want comprehensive monitoring, meaning that you are getting information from all these sources and putting them together, again, there is no one tool that does this. I had to write my own software. I wrote my own code in R, the programming language R, to pull together this stuff and to blend it and to dedupe it, normalize it, and all that stuff. If you want the best possible picture of your social media monitoring, you're probably going to have to do something similar to that, because, again, there's no one-stop shopping yet. There are companies that say they do, and I have found all of their claims to be somewhat lacking. So those would be the tools I recommend. I would say, however, again, it's not a blind spot, because the tools are not designed to do this. But when it comes to listening, social media data is qualitative. You can quantify it to some degree, but remember, there's a whole bunch of biases that go into it. There's non-response bias, meaning that if someone doesn't feel strongly about something, they're probably not going to talk about it. And if you care about eliciting responses from an audience, you do very much care about that middle layer of neither unhappy nor happy, just like, right? You want to activate that part of the market. You will not get that out of social media listening. Individual networks have their own biases. We know this to be true. Pinterest skews gender-wise female. Reddit skews gender-wise male. Reddit also skews younger. Twitter, for example, skews minority and lower income, except for like the Russian bots. So you have to be very aware that what you're getting out of social media is a biased perspective, and you need to complement what you're doing with your listening efforts on social media with quantitative and proper qualitative market research, surveys, focus groups, customer advisory boards, conferences, trade shows, one-on-one interviews. You need that total view in order to get an understanding of what your customers actually care about. And so don't make the mistake of relying solely on social media data, because it is not clean and it is not comprehensive. And that means it fails 2 of the 6 major characteristics of great data. So those are the listening tools. Supplement them with proper market research, and you'll be off to the races in terms of what it is that you're capable of doing and understanding from social data. As always, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and the newsletter. I'll talk to you soon. Want help solving your company's data, analytics, and digital marketing problems? Visit trustinsights.ai today and let us know how we can help you.